And he lays off for a ball. 2-1. It's up to the plate. An easy take there, and it's 3-1 now.
Well, this has been a good job to work the count from 0-1 to...
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Happ on the move is the DH, Evan Gattis. Now the first pitch here from Lester. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball one. Here's a changeup that's right there, 1-1. Bases are empty, one man out. And he takes one off the inside corner for ball two. Now that ball's hit well, deep down the left field line, headed toward the foul pole. Up onto the train tracks, but it's a foul ball. That's a shame. It had plenty of distance. Here now the 2-2. Doesn't get the zone. Count full now. Waiting next is Brian McCann. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Little chopper back to the mound. And there are two away now. Here's the catcher, Brian McCann, trying to make something happen with two gone in the bottom of the second. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Hit sharply on the ground. And that's going to be a base hit from McCann. So that keeps the bottom of the second going. And he will pull into second with a two-out double. Stepping in is Josh Reddick. His past history against John Lester, he's only 2 for 10. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Popped him up. Baez has a play. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Now batting, Wilson Contreras. He'll stand in to open things up here in the third. Back to work now is Verlander as the first pitch of the inning is swung on and missed for strike one. And I'm not sure, but it looks like he may have been blindfolded for that swing. It's 0-2 now.
Hey, that's a really good pitch right there. And that's one of those off-balance swings. As a pitcher, you want to look in and say, howdy, if you're waving at me. A real ugly swing, and it gives you a lot of confidence when you make a guy look that bad. So hopefully he has another pitch left in his repertoire to bury this guy and get him out of there.
Daniel Murphy will stand in for the second time now as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Altuve at second. Throw on to first, and Verlander's got it going here. 2 away. Here's Javier Baez. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
I know there's 2 outs right here, but your job as the number 2 hole hitter, especially with the monsters hitting behind you, find a way to get on base. Maybe a little 2-out lightning on the horizon.
Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Stepping in, Marwin Gonzalez as we move on to the bottom of inning number 3.
Left fielder, Marwin Gonzalez.
The windup and the 0-1. And he watches one dip low and inside for a ball. 1-1. Lester gets the sign. 1-2 on its way. to 2 balls and 2 strikes now for the first out. Digging in, Yuli Gurriel.
First baseman, Julius Gurriel.
One out, nobody on. Ground ball sent back up the middle, and that finds its way into center for a 1-out base hit. Number 9 batter comes through that time, as it'll now be up to the top of the order with 1 away. Back to the top of the order now, and striding in the speedy second baseman Jose Altuve. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Pitch inside, the throw. But he's safe at first as he gets back in time. Now the 1-0. Runner going a second time. Wanting to avoid the double play here as he gets this one down. And the throw goes to first, so the sacrifice works that time. Digging in for his second at-bat, Alex Bregman. He flew out in his last at-bat. First pitch on its way. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1. Gurriel stands at second with 2 gone. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
Well, he's got a base open to use right here, and it looks like he might not be afraid to do that by the way he's pitching it.
3-0 to him now. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. It's up and out of here into the archway. Striding in for Houston, Carlos Correa. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Carlos Correa.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Hot shot down the line. But a foul ball here, 0-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. On a good curveball. Came back to catch the strike zone there, and it's 0-2. Now this one is blasted to left field, and there's no doubt about it. Back-to-back jacks. Here's George Springer. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Jesse Chavez is going to come on to pitch here, and in just the 3rd inning, you have to think he'll be asked to eat some innings. First pitch of the at-bat. And he's in front of a tight little slider that time. Chavez, a California-born ball player. He was taken in the very late rounds during the 2002 draft.
I know this guy wouldn't go into the category of superstar, but to grind out the career he has being drafted where he was, my hat's off to him.
Count remains at 0-2. And he strikes him out here, so in now for Chicago, Chris Bryant. He'll lead things off here in this 1-run contest. And there's a fastball from Verlander to jump ahead, 0-1.
You might see a change of game plan right here from the pitcher and catcher. They have to find a way to get these guys off that early count heater. Look for a little bit of change of pace.
A bouncer up the middle. Altuve fields it cleanly. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th. Now the Cubs' 4-hole hitter, Anthony Rizzo. He hit a 2-run jack in his first at-bat.
And hey, it was a breaking ball to boot. This guy's a pretty good off-speed hitter. You could tell by that last at-bat he wasn't fooled at all. He sat back, waited, got the breaking ball, and didn't miss it.
A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. The 1-2 is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3. And that will bring in the Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. And that misses inside 1-0. Oh, and that looked like the very definition of flailing there. It's even at 1.
Ugly swing right there. That pitch wasn't even close, and he offered at it. I'm not sure right now if I'm the pitcher. You could probably throw anything you want up there, and this guy's going to swing at it.
Happ with a 2-1 count now. And he fires a fastball now for a called strike 2.
Well, that's a tough pitch to take right there, right down the middle. But I think that happens when you're facing it.
And we'll have to leave it there. Now the Astros designated hitter, Evan Gattis, set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
Evan Gattis.
Breaks his bat as this one's popped up. And he'll steer clear of the flying debris to make the catch here for the first out. So 1 away now for Brian McCann. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Tried to check it, and it's 0-1. Oh, good spot on the black for strike 2. A windup and the 0-2 pitch. And now a slider in there for a called third strike, and there are 2 gone now. Stepping in is Josh Reddick. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Bounce to first. And that is through into right field for a single. Here's Marwin Gonzalez now.
Now batting, left fielder, Marwin Gonzalez.
Now a bluff here as he steps off to looking back at first. He's set. Here it comes. Runners off for second. Smoked on the ground up the middle. And a close play at second, but the throw does beat him in the side. At the plate, Kyle Schwarber. He'll start off the 5th in this one. First pitch on its way from Verlander. And it's fouled away. One and one to Schwarber. Circle change here, but it's taken for ball 2. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fouled away. No offer on that one, and Verlander's run at full now, 3-2. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Reddick has a read on it. And that's the first out of the inning. Here's Ben Zobrist now.
Designated hitter, Ben Zobrist.
50th pitch of the game on its way. Comes right after him with a fastball for a strike. 5th inning of play here in a 3-2 ball game. Good arm action on the circle change, swung on and missed. 0-2.
This guy's pitching really well in this one so far. You could just see he's awful confident attacking the strike zone, and when he comes off the mound at the end of the inning, looks like he stepped in a big old bucket of sassy.
Got him swinging on the fastball there. Ben Zobrist becomes the second out here in inning number 5. Now here's the pitch. Favorable call in there for a strike. 2 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Some guys have no trouble hitting with 2 strikes, and some guys never want to get there. Let's see the approach right here. I'd like to see him shorten up.
A swing and a miss. That retires the... Coming to the plate now, Yuli Gurriel. He reached on a single in his first try.
Third baseman, Yuli Gurriel.
Hit hard on the ground towards second. That's through for a base hit. He's now 2 for 2 in this one. So the Astros put a man aboard to get the inning underway. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Altuve.
First pitch on its way. Heading out towards shallow right. Waiting at it is Almora. Makes the play, 1 away. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. Comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. Hit sharply on the ground. And that gets through for a 1-out base hit. Here's Carlos Correa now. Comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier.
And going back to that previous at-bat when he hit the 2-strike breaking ball for a home run, something tells me that this guy, when he gets behind an account, sits on something off-speed or the breaking ball.
You got to love that as a hitter right there. It doesn't happen much, but when it does, you have to find a way to take advantage of the count.
Swinging on 2-0, and it's chopped foul at the plate.
He was able to foul that one off, but you could tell he was definitely late.
There's a swing and a high, deep drive headed for the right field corner. And gone right down the line the other way. Wow! So here's the cleanup hitter, George Springer. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. Now this one is blasted to left field, and there's no doubt about it. Back-to-back jacks. Evan Gattis now standing in. In his last at-bat, he popped out in foul ground. Here's the first pitch to him. And that one just missed outside.
This lineup has a chance to knock this guy right out of the game. 4 runs in the inning, and they smell blood.
Boy, Giro, you hit the nail right on the head right now. This is a team that can score some runs. They have a pitcher that's reeling right now. They need to knock him out and knock him out ASAP.
Outside, 3-0 now.
Well, that's a good pitch, but you have to get a little bit closer to the plate than that. That's that big sweeping slider. If it was a little closer, you might get a swing.
3-1 the count now. Bouncer down the line. That winds up foul. He loses him on ball 4. Ready once again, Brian McCann. He got called out on strikes his last time through. A ball and no strikes. Perhaps a little low there. It's 2-0.
When he's pitching effectively, usually that two-seam fastball is moving quite a bit, but here it's just kind of flat and straight. Could be a big part of the reason why he's getting knocked around.
And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now. Digging in and looking for more, Josh Reddick. 1 for 2 in the ballgame thus far. Gattis at second. McCann is over at first with 1 away. A double play ball to second. 4. Gloved by Murphy. The second for 1. Back to Rizzo, and they get out of it. At that.
This one doesn't look good so far. Down by a boatload as we enter the middle innings. It's about time they get something going, and the last thing you want to do is fall behind where you have to score a bunch in the 8th and 9th inning.
And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now. And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1. The 2-1. Popped him up. Gurriel is there. He's got it one away. Here's Daniel Murphy now. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. First pitch on its way. Fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind.
That was a good swing right there. It might be the best one he's had all night because he was right on it.
And he fouls this one off. And a half-hearted attempt that time, but they'll say he broke the plane, and that's out number 2. Here's Javier Baez. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
I know he got a swinging miss right there, but that was a hittable location to a really good hitter. I don't know if he gets those back if he continues to miss in those spots.
And yet another strikeout here. Striding into the box, Marwin Gonzalez. He'll be the one leading things off for Houston in the 6th.
Marwin Gonzalez.
And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. Brandon Kinsler takes over on the mound here with nobody out in the 6th inning. A 1-0 delivery. Wouldn't bite on a good sinker that time that missed. Too tight with that one. 3-0.
Ball 3 to a leadoff hitter that can run. Not the greatest way to start this right here. I think right now you really have to start pouring some pitches into that strike zone.
Now the Cuban import Yuli Gurriel. A couple of singles to his credit thus far. Weak chopper up the line. And a barehanded attempt, but he can't get his palm around it. And they keep rolling here. They're runners at the corners with still nobody out. So the lineup flips over and digging in, Jose Altuve. And they're runners at the corners now. Here's the first pitch to him. Now a bunt attempt here. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Into the box, Alex Bregman. He scored after reaching on a single in his last time up. Looks at a sinker on the outside corner. And now the runner breaks for the plate. And now this is smothered, but it squirts away a bit. And he is in there. But the run is allowed to score anyway as he's safe despite the botched squeeze attempt. Here it comes, 0-2. Now the runner breaks for the plate. Now a bunt attempt here. And this is going to be a foul ball. Here's Carlos Correa now. Runner in scoring position with Sugan.
This guy's having a pretty good week so far in one game. His last at-bat is second home run of the game. We'll see if they'll pitch him a little bit more carefully in this AP.
And he will get there. Here's Chris Bryant now.
This guy has been unbelievable. There were billboards outside Wrigley while he was still in AAA. And what does he do when he shows up? Rookie of the Year, MVP.
Over 80% of his first pitches have been for strikes. And when you're doing that, you really put the hitters on the defensive.
He's just rolling right now, and even dozens strikeouts for him in the ballgame.
First baseman, Anthony Rizzo.
Here is a ground ball now for the shortstop to the right of second. On to first, and it's a quick start to the 7th as now there are 2 away.
Center fielder number
So
8.
striding in, Ian Happ. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. A swing and a miss at the big curveball.
Great off-speed pitch right there. He was definitely sitting fastball, wanted to turn and burn. Everything went flying. This pitcher might be on the attack with that pitch all game long.
And he's got another one. 13 strikes. Here's George Springer, lifetime against Brandon Kinsler. Just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. Tried to check it, and it's 0-1.
0-1.
And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands.
Wow, kind of an interesting pitch call there. The batter flailed at the pitch away on the previous one, so you'd think you'd go right back there, but instead they decided to come in, make him prove he can adjust before you do.
2 balls and 2 strikes now. Here now the 2-2. Count remains 2-2. Here now the 2-2. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline, but a foul ball as it holds it 2-2. And there's a base hit on the line. And they'll throw behind the runner to first. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out. Evan Gattis now standing in. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one.
Evan Gattis.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. Springer leads off second with nobody out. Swing and a ground ball to third. And that is a fair ball as this one's heading for the left field corner. Oh, but the feet of the shortstop is off the mark. First pitch of the at-bat. Wouldn't bite on a good sinker that time that missed. And that one just missed outside.
He's going to have a talk with the umpire after this half inning, because if he's not going to get those calls, he's got to come a little bit more over the heart of the plate, and that usually means damage done.
Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Here now the 2-2 is laid off and the count runs full. Due next is Josh Reddick as he gets ready in the on-deck circle. And this misses here for ball 4. Just the second walk he's issued here into his 7th inning of work.
Right fielder.
Stepping in is Josh Reddick. Lifetime against Brandon Kinsler. He's 2 for 3. Ripped down the first base line. Boy, and the shellacking continues as this is down for extra bases. Hack on another here as the runner scores from second. Here's Marwin Gonzalez now. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far.
Marwin Gonzalez.
First pitch on its way. Missed with a slider. A couple of men in scoring position here with none down. Steve Cishek comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one. It's 2-0 to Marwin Gonzalez. 3-0 now. Here it is, the 3-0. Ran that one in on him a bit as this time it's tapped foul at home plate. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now. Runners at second and third here, nobody out. And he misses ball 4. So he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces. Now to the plate, Yuli Gurriel, trying to keep it going. A perfect 3 for 3 thus far. And that one swung on and missed 0-1. Hit hard down the line, but this will wind up a foul ball, strike 2. Gurriel behind a ball and 2 strikes.
I wonder if that call not going his way right there has anything to do with walking the last guy. We all know umpires don't give you.
1 run scores. Now this is cut and thrown to first. And the second run will score as well.
The second baseman, number 27,
Every game has its offensive stars, and in this one, he arguably shined the brightest. He's our top player of the game.
Well, he blasted a couple of balls over the wall in this one. really put the guys on his back and carried him to the victory.
The winning pitcher is Justin Verlander. The loss goes to John Lester. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 41 minutes.
It's a typically clear and beautiful day in San Diego as we get set for afternoon baseball from Petco Park. Ought to be a good one here between the Atlanta Braves and the San Diego Padres. It's Padres baseball on the show, and it comes your way next. Clayton Richard, a lefty from Indiana, is on the mound here. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, Matt, we're going to get a chance to look at a guy that throws two types of fastballs. A four-seamer, which is more of his true riding fastball that he'll throw up in the zone. And the two-seamer is the one that he'll sink to try to get ground balls. So even though the fastball is one pitch, he has two pitches that are different, even though they're both fastballs. A four-seamer up in the zone, two-seamer down in the zone to try to get the ground ball.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. First pitch of the ball game is swung on and missed, and that's how we'll get things started this afternoon. In previous at-bats against Clayton Richard, he's 2 for 4.